Hello everyone, this is Echo and you are watching Echo Video. And in this video I will talk about roses. You have seen whenever you go to a market you see a rose, and no matter how hard you try, you can't keep your eyes off the rose. And there is a reason for that, because rose is the most beautiful flower in the world. And just because of that reason, I don't know why, but most of the people always get attracted to the rose. And there is a reason for that. When one of my followers was asking, sir, why is rose is so beautiful and why in the world everyone wants the rose? So I asked him, have you gone to a jungle? He said, yes, I have gone to a jungle many times. And I said to him, why in the world you go to a jungle? He said, sir, whenever we go to the jungle now we feel very fresh and it's natural and it feels like we are in the other world, to be honest. So I asked him why it is like that, to be honest. And he said, I don't know, sir, we just feel like that. I said, okay, ignore that shit. Just imagine there is a rose, okay, a rose plant which is grown in a, jungle. So have you ever seen a tree or any particular plant which is growing alone in the jungle? It does not grow like that, to be honest. Most of the roses grows in a bunch of, just like a bunch of trees growing together, which is called a small tree forest. It grows like that. So when the rose was evolving during that time, so around millions of years ago, not millions, thousands of years ago, when they were evolving, so there was a rose tree, rose forest, to be honest. And the basic adaptation of the rose, you can see that they don't grow that much tall, to be honest. They never grow that much tall, and since they never grow that much tall, so they can't get that much of sunlight. So in order to collect the most of the sunlight and most of the radiation and do the photosynthesis process, the leaves were little darker in color always. And since they were darker in color, so they attract most of the radiation, the gamma radiation from the sun. And just because of that reason, they suck up the more of the water inside the earth and do the photosynthesis process. And during this photosynthesis process, just imagine you are living in a area where no one watches you, and you see a beautiful girl there. Why in the world you see that beautiful girl and get attracted towards her? There are other girls also in your fucking area. Why in the world you go to that area and get attracted to that girl? Because you have never seen that such girl in your life. Hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. So when you see, whenever any tree is evolving, they don't evolve like that, to be honest. Whenever any tree is evolving, they grow, they make flowers, they make the fruit, and the fruit falls and another tree grows. This is the basic adaptation of any tree plant or any tree in the world, to be honest, in any fucking forest. So when the rose tree was evolving, they were very small trees, to be honest. Very small trees, not a very big trees, to be honest. So just imagine it was a small tree and it was growing in that area, and bunch of roses that were living together. Just imagine a big rose forest, around 2 to 3 acres of roses only, red roses. Just imagine like that, and there are lots of seeds of big trees above it. Just imagine thing like that. And just imagine if you are living in such ecosystem. For the rose tree, it is an ecosystem. So if you are living in such an ecosystem, is it possible for any rose to grow that big? Because they are not getting enough sunlight, to be honest. It's not possible for them to grow that big. So when the rose was growing, and they, how beautiful is the rose flowers. So they made a rose flower so that the insects get attracted toward them, and they do they take the seeds and fly, eat it, and do the pollination process, the basic pollination, to be honest, among them, and they grow like that, to be honest. But whenever the rose seed fall on the ground, Can you ever seen? Have you ever seen anyone in the world which is growing a rose tree from a seed? To be honest, it's not fucking possible for us to be all. Just imagine I'm growing a rose tree in my fucking garden, and I want to what to say grow a rose tree from it, from the seeds that it is giving. It is not possible to grow a rose tree from the seed of that rose. And why it is that? Why it is like that? Because when the rose were doing the evolution and adapting towards adapting in the forest, to be honest, and when it was happening, whenever the fruit of that rose tree falls on the ground, it have a very small seeds inside it. And since the small seeds falls on the ground, it needs something to hold it. It does not have that much of what to say holding capacity because the seeds were very small. So just imagine the rose seed falls on the ground and sticks on the what to say surface which does not contain that much of soil or that much of fertilizers or that much of things like that. Can you imagine the rose tree growing from that thing? It's not possible now. So just imagine a bunch of rose trees together. They are growing together, leaves are falling on the ground and makes a thin layer of what to say the surface of the leaves. And just imagine it is facing the rain and everything like that, and for 10 to 20 years and forms a layer like that. And just imagine a rose seed falling on that thing, and then it is growing. So it is adapted. It has adapted like that. When a seed of the rose falls like that on the what to say such surface, such fertile surface, which is made up of that leaf just that I said earlier, which is very rich in carbohydrate and protein, which falls on the ground and it contains all the informations and all the what to say food in it. So the food, the soil becomes very fertile for them, and when the seed falls on that ground, it is very easy for the rose tree to grow. But if you try to grow the rose tree just like that, it is not possible at all for the rose tree to grow like that, to be honest. You know what I'm trying to say. So when just imagine I'm a human being, I also get attracted to also things, very beautiful things, to be honest. And just imagine I saw one rose there. And it is a red rose. I have gone there and I've seen it and I wanted it. This thing is fucking awesome. I just want that. And when that happens, you get attracted towards everything, to be honest. You know what I'm trying to say? Everything, not everything, to be honest. You get attracted towards anything which is beautiful. Just imagine you have never get a girl in life and you have seen any and you're like, you know what happens, things like that. So it happens. But when you get beautiful girls in life and you see now, just imagine you get Katrina Kaif, you get Jacqueline Fernandez, and suddenly you get Aishwarya Rai, and you're like, Jacqueline Fernandez, Katrina, you know what I'm trying to say. So it is like that, to be honest. You get adapted to that thing. Damn, that thing is fucking awesome. So it happens like that. So just imagine I go to a rose forest and I see a particular rose, and I have seen it, and from all the rose plants, from all the forest, just imagine it is a forest, and from in that fucking forest, only that flower is looking the most beautiful and most extraordinary. So I have seen it and I thought, why in the world this thing is lying in the fucking forest? This should be in my fucking garden. But then I thought, is it possible to put this thing in my garden and it will grow? Just imagine I put one tree and take it to my garden and plant it there. Okay, but I have taken it from the forest and planted there. Since it is a tree, it get the soil and it grows, and since it has a lifespan, it is growing, and it is giving you the flowers, and the garden is looking beautiful. But just imagine after a few years, everything have a fucking lifespan. After a few years, what happens? 2 years or 3 years after, what happens? That tree starts dying. So what do you want? It has a seed. It has a fucking seed. Let's grow it. But you're trying to grow it, but it is not growing. You know what I'm trying to say? Because it is not adapted like that. because it needs a very, what is a thick layer of the very fertile soil to grow the seed of the roses, to grow a plant from it. So it is not growing. So what to do with it? How to grow it? So they thought it is not fucking possible for us to grow the, what you say, the rose tree like this. So they have gone to the forest again and they have checked the rose, how it is growing. They have sit there and they have seen the soil, to be honest. Oh fuck, this thing I was missing. It contains a very thin layer of the soil in it. So when they saw it, they collected the information that this is the only way that rose thing can grow. So they have taken the bunch of soil from that forest and taken it to their garden and put seeds in there, and then they tried to grow the rose from it. And to be honest, the rose tree has grown and it was looking fucking awesome. And they thought, yeah, isn't it very hard to go to the forest again and collect that much of? Why don't we plant that much of rose forest in our area? So they thought, okay, it is possible for us to grow the rose like that, but we are the rich ones. Just imagine I'm a fucking rich person and I'm doing a rose gardening for just to grow a rose. No, so they said, okay, we have a servants during that time of the kings, of to be honest. We have a servants, they will grow the rose. In the gardens, they will, grow the rose artificially in the garden, and the soil will become like that because of their leaves, and rose will grow, and we will take it from there and grow it in our fucking garden, and everything will be fine and amazing. So when that happened, things were going according to the plan. That they were thinking that everything is going according to the plan, and you just have to pay little money to them, and rose is growing, and everything is happening. And yeah, just imagine, see, this is the fucking rose tree that I have, the most beautiful flower in the world. It is a bragging thing, to be honest, because it is very fucking beautiful. So when that happens, it is very hard to grow. Just imagine you have gone to the house of a king and you have seen something. Damn, that rose is looking fucking awesome. Okay, that rose is looking fucking awesome. I also want it. Now you also want it. Then what happens? You said to the king, hey king, I want it. He said, no, it is a very collectible thing, I can't give it to you. He said, why in the world you can't give it to me? If I come here and you are my friend, can you give it to me? Okay, take it. He have gone there, he have a little weight. What he did, he thought, let's cut it. Let's craft it. There is a grafting thing can be done in the roses, to be honest. I will make that grafting video, how the grafting is done, in another video. He grafted it and connected it, and you know how the grafting process is done. If you are a fucking botany or a biotechnology or a medical student, you know how the grafting process works. I will make a separate video about it in the other video. You can check it out. So I was talking about the rose, to be honest. So that's how the rose particularly grows. Rose particularly grown in that area, in that time, to be honest, in that fucking time, to be honest. So the brother who was asking me how the rose tree was grown, this is how the rose tree was grown, and this is the reason why still, since because of their adaptation, the roses are the most fucking awesome thing in the world, and just because of that reason, no one in the world can match the quality and the charisma of the rose. And just because of that reason, if you are in a particular garden and if you touch the rose of anything, of that particular person, he will fucking kill you. And he will say, why in the world you touched my rose? And he is like, it's looking amazing, that's why I touched it. No, why in the world you touched that rose? So things goes like that, to be honest. So just because of that reason, roses are the, what to say, things of prestige and power only, to be honest, in that time. Still it is a thing of prestige and honor, because most of the riches only have the gardens. Hope you are getting what I'm trying to say. So I will make a separate video. If you want a separate video, then I will make another separate video why the color of the roses are like that: pink, yellow, black, and the most rare one and the most beautiful one is the blue one, which is a hybrid one and the most complex and the most genetically modified and most, what to say, one of the rarest rose in the world, which is the blue one. So I will make a separate video about the blue one in another video. So keep watching the video and keep liking the aqua video. Thank you. Bye bye. And yeah, I have made an Instagram channel. You can check it out. Link is on top of this channel. You can check it out. Go on top of it and click it. You can check out the link and you can go to the Instagram channel and follow it. Okay. So that's all in today's video. Thank you and keep watching the aqua video.